Neka had always been curious, but now her curiosity grew sharper, cutting through every silence her mother tried to keep. Since the night she saw the stranger in the dust, she had been restless. "Mama," she asked one evening, as they sat together outside the hut, pounding ogbono seeds. "Who was that man? Why did he know your name?" Obayoma's hands faltered, the peso slipping. Her throat tightened. "He is no one, Neka. A wanderer. Pay him no mind." But Neka's young eyes did not waver. "He looked at you as if he knew you. As if you once belonged to him." Obayoma's breath caught. She forced a smile, though it was hollow. "You are imagining things, my child. The harmattan tricks the eyes." Still, Neka was not convinced. That night, she lay awake, listening to the whistling wind. And in its voice, she thought she heard echoes of the stranger's words, "You cannot hide forever, Obayoma." The following day, Neka followed Ikin in secret. She trailed him through the narrow paths that led to the riverbank, her bare feet quiet against the dusty earth. She watched as he knelt near the water, scooping the dry soil in his hands, letting it run through his fingers. His lips moved in words she could not hear, prayers or curses carried away by the harmattan. When he turned suddenly, his eyes met hers. "You should not be here, little one," he said softly. Neka stepped back, but her voice was steady. "Why do you call my mother's name in the wind? Who are you to her?" Ikin's face tightened. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then, with a sigh, he answered, "I am the piece of her past that refuses to die." Neka's eyes widened, but before she could ask more, he turned away, disappearing into the dust. That night, Neka confronted her mother again. "Mama, he is not just a wanderer. Tell me the truth. Who is he?" Obayoma's chest heaved as tears welled in her eyes. She reached for her daughter's hand, but the words caught in her throat. She had buried this truth for 15 years. How could she now lay it bare before her only child? The harmattan rattled the roof, whispering through the cracks. And Neka, sensing her mother's silence, whispered the words that pierced Obayoma's heart. "Mama, what are you hiding from me?" The night was restless. The wind howled through the cracks of the clay hut, scattering dust into every corner. Obayoma sat on the edge of her raffia mat, her hands pressed tightly together as though prayer could hold back what was coming. Neka sat opposite her, eyes wide, refusing to let her mother's silence win. "Mama," she whispered, her voice trembling but firm. "I have a right to know." Obayoma's lips quivered. For 15 years, she had carried her shame like a secret scar, hidden beneath the folds of daily life. She had told herself it was for Neka's safety, for peace. But the harmattan had stripped away all illusions. What was hidden must now be spoken. With a long, shuddering breath, she began. "Before you were born, before I was given to your father, there was another. His name was Ikin." Neka leaned closer, her pulse quickening. "He was the one I loved," Obayoma continued, tears blurring her eyes. "We grew up together, under the baobab tree, sharing dreams that one day we would marry. But fate is not always kind. My father promised me to another, to your father, in exchange for land and cattle. I did not choose that path, it was chosen for me." Her voice broke, and Neka's hand reached for hers, squeezing gently. When Ikin heard, he wanted to fight it. He came to the elders, to my father. But the men of the village, Obayoma's words caught. They saw him as an obstacle. One night, he vanished. They told me he was dead, that he had wandered too far into the forest. I wept for him, buried his memory, and forced myself into silence. Her tears fell freely now, soaking into her wrapper. But the truth, Obayoma's voice dropped, heavy with shame. I knew in my heart he had not simply vanished. And now, the harmattan has brought him back, alive, carrying the pain of betrayal. Neko's chest tightened. Her word, once simple and clear, now felt like cracked clay. Mama, she whispered, what does this mean for us? Obayoma's eyes lifted, red with grief. It means, my child, that the past I buried has risen. And the wind will not rest until a price is paid. Outside, the harmattan mourned like a grieving spirit, as if echoing her words. Would you like me to continue into part 4? If so, comment part 4 in the comment section, share, follow me and give this video a thumbs up.